I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can enjoy and increase the passive income of your oceanfront condo through the 20 to 22 million tourists that visit the #2 vacation destination on the East Coast each year. Not only can you enjoy the equity paid for by visiting tourists, but you can also anticipate the over 100% appreciation experience at many of the oceanfront resorts in our market during the recent decade. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because you can depreciate them, reducing your overall tax burden, keeping more money for you and your loved ones, and ensuring unnecessary taxes aren't paid.
Let's get in unit 812. All right, guys, as soon as we walk in, you come right into the kitchen. Of course, it effortlessly flows into the rest of the unit. There's a closet immediately to my left. That is the washer and dryer, the HVAC system, as you can see. Notice the beautiful LVP flooring throughout. Stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, nice backsplash, absolutely stunning. Now, immediately to our left, we're going to have the first restroom. This is a half bath, as you can see, well decorated. Then you have your dining room tucked away right here in this corner. Absolutely stunning. Of course, you have a seating area, an extended seating area, and then the living room. Now, this way you're going to have 2 bedrooms to include a restroom. But I'm going to carry you first into the master. Guys, as you can see here, it is absolutely stunning. Flat screen TV, beautifully decorated. Let's get outside and check that balcony out real quick before we see the master bathroom. I don't want you to wait anymore. Look at this extended extra large balcony. Wow. And it does flow right into the living room, as you can see. Real quick, guys, let's just take a gander at this view. There's your lazy river. There's your pool. There's your other units. There's your ocean. And that's Myrtle Beach. Now let's get back inside the master real quick and take a look at the master bath. We do have a closet just behind this door. Check that out. Nice garden tub, as you can see, with shower included. We do have a restroom to use, as well as your laundry storage, dual vanities, of course granite countertops, and your own standalone shower. Absolutely stunning, and there's towel in the wet areas. Now let's take a gander. There's an additional extended seating area right here in the living room for extra guests, which is phenomenal. I'd imagine you'd probably have plenty of guests visiting, family and friends coming for your vacation. I don't want you to miss this view. Look at these floor to ceiling windows. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now you have the community restroom here. As you can see, there's your first vanity. You have a closet here. I won't open it all the way, but that's where we keep some more storage stuff for the guests and for cleaning supplies. You have a very spacious and large restroom here with a tub shower combo. We have a room for the children here. Smaller twin beds, decorated very, very well. Flat screen TV and closet, as you can see. course, another guest room here. Absolutely ideal with the stunning colors for Airbnb. Another closet there. And guys, that pretty much wraps up this absolutely stunning Oceanview condo. All right, guys, we're right inside the front desk here at the Horizon at 77. As you can see, it's well decorated, absolutely stunning. Let's check out the pools, guys, the outdoor terrace and the lazy river. Now, as you can see here, they do have an indoor pool. It does lead to the outdoor pool. There's also a hot tub here. Let's get outside and see that terrace. Now, when we come out to the outdoor terrace, we have a section over this way with an outdoor pool and a section this way with a lazy river. First, let's check out the lazy river. As you can see, it is a beautiful outdoor terrace. And it is a stunning building. Now let's walk to the other side real quick and check out the outdoor pool. And of course, the view. I can't wait to get that view. As you can see in here, another outdoor pool. And of course, we're going to have a stunning view.
In this video, I've shown you the resort, explained the property, and given you a walkthrough of the property. But next, I'll cover the accommodations and amenities offered by the resort and give you a walkthrough of the amenities so you can see why tourists choose oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Then I'll discuss on-site versus off-site management so that you learn how to maximize profitability on your unit and avoid the pitfalls other investors have made. Then I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. In our market, if you plan on making money, you want to do self-management. You want to go off-site. You do not want to use the on-site property manager. And here's why. Generally, our on-site property managers charge between 30 and 40% of your gross rental income. That is a significant chunk of your profit. And I see self-managed owners do very, very well on their own, if not a lot of the times better than what the on-site property management companies bring in. Now, in my personal opinion, I do believe that you're going to do better because you're going to manage it because you own it. It is your property. It is your investment. And what that means for me is no one's going to treat it like you treat it.
That's simply the bottom line. You know, there are great property managers out there, yes. However, I don't think anyone's going to have a vested interest like you're going to have. So you're going to treat that investment, every guest experience, with excellence. You're going to create an experience for your guests that they're not going to forget, and they're going to come back year after year after year. So you want to self-manage, you want to go on Airbnb, and you want to find a resort that allows your guests to use the on-site amenities, particularly all of the pools and lazy rivers, the restaurant and things like that. So that way you have great amenities, you can self-manage, and you can maximize your profit. If you're not paying out 30 to 40% in profit to a property manager and you're self-managing it yourself, you're going to keep a lot of profit in-house. Plus, you can do additional marketing like blogs, YouTube, Google Ads, Instagram, Facebook, joining Facebook groups that are travel groups, and posting your listing in those groups. There's all kinds of things that you can do to boost the occupancy and therefore increase the gross rental income as well as ultimately your profit. So you want to self-manage. You have to self-manage. And a lot of people are concerned and they go, okay, well, if I self-manage, I'm not going to have the time for it. Guys, watch the video with Matt Freeze. He owns 12 oceanfront condos. He manages all of them. He's got the time, and he's a lender, and he's a broker that is in the middle of starting his own brokerage for mortgages. He is a mortgage broker. So he's got the time because he leverages technology. He simply syncs his calendar with his cleaning lady's calendar, and he lets the platforms do all the work for him, all the heavy lifting. You're going to be sending automated text messages and emails. A lot of the stuff is going to be automated and leveraged through technology. So it is not a lot of work. It's a little bit of work when you're first getting started, but it is not a lot of work in the day-to-day operations of it. You're simply going to leverage your technology.
Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video, I'll cover what your HOA fee pays for, how your resort's location creates a convenience for tourists that keeps them coming back for our attractions, restaurants, and local events, and also how your tourists can navigate the area. Next, I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. So your HOA fee is going to include electric in the common areas, water and sewer, trash pickup, elevator service, pool service, landscape lawn, insurance, your manager, security, legal and accounting, your master antenna and cable TV, common maintenance and repair, internet access, and pest control. All right, now let's talk about the Horizon at 77th Avenue location. How does it best serve your guest? Well, you're 25 minutes from Myrtle Beach International Airport. You are 22 minutes from the Market Common. If you don't know what the Market Common is, guys, Google it. You've got to check out the Market Common. It is a city within a city. It's got all kinds of great shopping, some high-end names, some boutique shopping. It's got bookstores, movie theaters. My daughter goes to ballet over there. There's theater, schools. There's all kinds of stuff happening there. There's a $1.3 million playground. You got to check it out. It's Savannah's playground. There's walking trails and places to exercise. It is phenomenal, and it is perhaps one of the most desirable places in our market to live. Now, additionally, bear with me. You are 13 minutes from Barefoot Landing. It is another major tourist attraction in our market. There is a marina there where you can take your boat out and hit the water. And stop and go eat at the restaurants out there. There's shopping, there's arcade, you name it, it's out there, guys. Then you got 5 minutes to Dunes Golf and Beach Club, an excellent place to play golf. And you're only 6 minutes from the Pines Lake Country Club, another excellent place
to play golf. Guys, there's over 90 golf courses in our market. You're going to be close to a lot of them. So you definitely want to check that out if you're a golf enthusiast.
Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video,
I'll discuss how this resort has appreciated, average occupancy rates, and average gross rental income based on unit bedroom count for our market. And I'll share a really big secret I learned from a former client that was featured in Forbes magazine on how to increase your occupancy rates. After that, I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. Now, this is the moment I've been waiting for, guys. I want to talk to you about appreciation here at the Horizon at 77th Avenue North. Now, guys, if you would have bought one of these 3-bedroom units in 2014, you would have paid a whopping $170,000. But you fast forward to 2021, and guys, $440,000. And the unit that we're in right now is at their asking price is $599,900. Guys, we're talking as much as $270,000 in appreciation. $270,000 in appreciation in 7 years. Man, that's a lot of appreciation. So we're talking literally $38,571.42 in appreciation per year. Now, these nicer, more elegant, more expensive units, in my opinion, they do tend to appreciate better than your cheaper units. They just do. I see it time and time again all the time, guys. So a property like this might be an excellent strategy for somebody that's a high income earner that wants to write off an excessive amount on their taxes, maybe through a cost segregation study. You're writing off $30,000 or $40,000 in a year, and you really need to get that depreciation in combination with being able to make $10,000 in profit. It's not a lot of money, yes, but it is annual income. And also, guys, on top of that, you can use it for your vacation stay. So you're saving on your vacation expenses with your family, with friends, as you come and use these units. So, and then furthermore, the end user for a property like this is going to be somebody that's doing a 1031 like-kind exchange, and they're simply rolling that tax-deferred gains from one property to another. This is the type of investor that purchases a property just like this. They're making the money in the appreciation, and they're rolling those gains from transaction to transaction, from property to property, increasing how much that they have in the 1031 that they're doing. If you have questions about that, give me a call. It's 843-360-1737. I'd love to answer your question. Now, according to your AirDNA occupancy rate, you are at a 52% occupancy rate, sleeping as many as 8 guests in this unit. Now, they've projected you at $55,100 in gross rental income, and that is at a $292 per night daily average rental rate. Personally, I think that number is very, very low for the Horizon at 77th Avenue North. I think you could easily bring in a whole lot more gross rental income with a serious and dedicated property owner. Now, I'm going to give you 2 quick secrets about how to increase your occupancy rate. One, I learned from somebody that was featured in Forbes magazine. She offers concierge services to her guests. She brought in $33,000 in gross rental income with an Oceanview unit at the Sea Mist Resort. And she did that in part by offering concierge services. Services like bathrobes for him and her, rose petals on the bed, the towel swans, a gift for him, a gift for her, chocolates, all that sort of thing. Maybe even include things like dinner for 2, gift cards and stuff like that. Kind of make it a vacation package experience that you can additionally add on to the rental of your room to increase the gross rental income. You can easily have 3 packages, a $500, $1,000, a $1,500 package, where you're including a variety of concierge services. So that's the first one. Then the second one, guys, is the additional marketing that you can do. Now, I talked to an owner. He brings in an additional $8,000 to $10,000 extra by simply posting on social media and joining Facebook travel groups and posting his listing in those travel groups. That's it. Now, we're not going to talk about the fact that you could run a Google ad for a 3-minute YouTube video. Get on TikTok. Matt Freeze said he had over 11,000 views on one of his TikToks. Super simple way to get in front of people, free of charge. It's not costing you really anything, guys. Just your time and making a little video. You can obviously write a blog and do a blog post on your unit at the intersection of your rental and vacationing here in Myrtle Beach. There are all kinds of ways for you to do and increase the gross rental income on your unit. You just got to take to it and get it done.
Now stay tuned, because coming up in the rest of the video,
I'll discuss buying an oceanfront condo as a second home versus as an investment property, how a light cosmetic remodel can boost your occupancy rates and gross rental income, and I'll give you a quick market report on this resort so that you make savvy investment decisions. Finally, I'll break down your projected gross rental income and all your expenses for both a cash and financing purchase, so that you understand how operating an oceanfront condo impacts you financially. Then finally, I'm going to give you my top resort picks based on which resorts have appreciated the most and have the best projected profitability. All right, guys, so let's talk about financing just real quick. Now, do you want to buy this property as a second home or an investment property? In my opinion, you want to buy it as an investment property. If an investment property, you can rent it out 360 days a year. You don't have to occupy it. Now, it is going to be, the interest rate is most likely going to be a little bit higher as opposed to buying it as a second home. When you buy it as a second home, you can only rent it for 180 days out of the year. You do have a lower down payment, which is nice, but because Jason King has a 15% down program, you really don't have to worry about that anymore. You can buy a straight out investment property with only 15% down. Now, you might want to go the DSCR loan route because basically it is just so simple and so easy, being able to use the gross rental income from the unit to qualify for the investment. Now, of course, you have to have a certain credit score and so on and so forth, but you really don't have to show any documents like tax statements and things like that, so long as the unit has excellent gross rental income. Get in contact with me if you have questions about any of this, 843-360-1737. Now let's talk a little bit about remodel strategy. I always advise my clients to buy a dated unit if at all possible and remodel it. Why? Because I know of a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom oceanfront condo at the Caribbean that after remodel generated over $72,000 in gross rental income. It was over $38,000, I think $131 more than the average unit there rented for. Guys, that is a significant, normally, you know, a great 1-bedroom pulls in 40 grand. This pulled in 72, that's $32,000 more. Do you hear me? Because the remodel was phenomenal and the guest experience was excellent. They bought it for $150,000. They remodeled it. They rented it for a year, showed it could produce strong gross rental income, and they sold it for $268,000. They pocketed most likely around $88,000 if their remodel only cost 30 grand. So I think it was an excellent fix and flip, in my opinion. Now, so the point is you want to remodel. You always want to remodel, and you want to over remodel. You want to hit the minimum guidelines that we give you here on the channel for ensuring that your oceanfront condo rental meets that top 5% criteria so that you're getting stellar rentals. And that's what you want. And you can do it. I watch people do it all the time. It's totally doable. I have contractors here that will give you a quote. We can knock out a remodel for you in 14 days, a complete gut, fully remodeled unit. My contractor is excellent. Get in contact with me, 843-360-1737. Now, I'll tell you, for those of you who are considering, you're tight on cash and you're considering, all right, do I pay for a remodel out of pocket or do I buy a unit that was recently remodeled? That's a really good one. Recently had a client, Patrick, very, very cool guy. He just came across that very same decision. He ended up buying a unit that was remodeled last year, back on the market this year, and he's able to finance his remodel in the purchase price. Instead of buying a cheaper unit, you know, maybe $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 cheaper, he buys a nicer unit that's already remodeled, just had a remodel done on it, it's in the purchase price, and guess what? Now he's bought a unit that's already got a strong book of business on it. That unit produced over $44,000 in gross rental income last year. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom at the Sand Dunes Resort. And guess what? Now he's crushing it. That simple, that easy. He is legit stepping into a book of business on that unit and a fully remodeled unit. And he's set for the next 7 years, easy. He's going to sit back. He's going to increase the occupancy. It had an 80% occupancy rate last year. Over 292 days that unit was rented on the market. So he's going to aim to increase it by another 10% or so. And he's going to build he's got a nice book of business already. He didn't just buy a property, he bought a business. And it's remodeled and ready to go. So for those of you that might be a little tight on cash, you can look for the deals that are already remodeled. You're going to pay a little bit more for them, but you've got a turnkey, business. You're picking up, you've got proof that people are renting it and that it works. So in my opinion, it's a very smart move if you're a little bit tight on cash to look for a unit that has already been remodeled and basically finance it in your purchase price. However, plenty of investors in our market find the dated units that are cheaper, buy it with equity in it, fix it, and flip it within 2 years by demonstrating that it can perform a high level of gross rental income. It's another very viable strategy in our market.
I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because this is the fastest growing area out of the 150 most populated areas in the entire United States for the last 3 years in a row, according to U.S. News and World Report. This helps to insulate our market from many of the ups and downs that the rest of our nation's real estate market experiences. This can help you have a more stable rental property. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because they have a tremendous upside when compared to money market accounts and the stock market, due to the appreciation they earn and the potential of higher annual yields through their gross rental income when compared to these other investments. Money market accounts and the stock market don't have the upside of added appreciation. I believe you should invest in oceanfront condos in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, because while our prices have risen and have held their value, we're also much cheaper than other places like Florida. Where else can you go and find an oceanfront condo for as little as $100,000? If you're getting into the real estate game or expanding your current portfolio, the bang for your buck is sitting right on the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina oceanfront.
Now guys, let me show you just how close we are to the beach. I'm leaving the parking deck from the elevators. There is another resort here, Grand Shores. This resort here, this is ours at the Horizon at 77th. And we are coming right along this sidewalk. And we're going to be at the beach. Now, I do want to point out that I had a client talk to me about Myrtle Beach not being a 12-month out of the year rental market. Myrtle Beach is very much a 12-month out of the year rental market, and he was saying that in reference to Florida. So, guys, yes, you can rent to snowbirds and retirees and people wanting to get out of the harsh weather all year long, especially in those off-season months, to help stabilize and increase your gross rental income. Yes, you can. Our market experiences tourism just like Florida does. We have our peak season, we have our peak of the peak, and we have our off season. And our off season it is a great time to rent your oceanfront condo. Now, you're not going to be able to collect nearly the same amount of money, but you can still rent it and bring in great income adds to your bottom dollar, your profitability. Now, straight ahead, guys, you'll see the beach access. That's it. That's how far from the beach we are. It is literally walking distance to the beach. And it's beautiful. All right, guys, so let's talk a cash scenario purchase right here at the horizon at 77th Avenue North. Now, for our unit today, it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's $599,900. It did have a gross rental income in 2023 of $83,215. Now, using only the Airbnb platform fee and self-managing the unit yourself, not hiring a property manager, you only pay out $2,496.45 for your platform use or for your property management fee per se. Now, if you subtract the $2,496.45 from the $83,215, you are left with a subtotal of $80,718.55. Now, your taxes for 2023 were $1,711.80. Now, guys, there are a wide range of reasons why the taxes could have been that low. It could be the homestead exemption. These people might be older. It could be a handful of factors. They could be in-state residents and not out-of-state investors, which would qualify them for a lower tax fee. That does seem a little bit low to me. However, there could be factors in place. Now, if you are an out-of-state investor, expect those taxes to be higher. Now, and by the way, that is $1,711.80 for the year, not the month. Some people from up north are always curious about why our taxes are so low. Well, guys, it's very, very affordable here in South Carolina, especially Myrtle Beach. Now, your cleaning services, we've got you estimated at $6,000. That is 30 cleanings at $200 per cleaning. You do have an excise tax of $631. Your excise tax is to have a business license in the state, in the city of Myrtle Beach, state of South Carolina, of course. Now, essentially how you compute that is it's a $145 base fee for the first $2,000 you make in gross rental income. After every $1,000 after that, you pay $6 for the excise tax. Now, the excise tax is to cover things like the local fire department and police department. It's for your participation and use in those things. So for our intents and purposes here at our $83,215 gross rental income, you are at a $631 excise tax. Now, there's also a local hospitality and accommodations tax. That's $2,496.45 for this unit. It is approximately 3% of the gross rental income. It's 1.5% that gets paid to the city of Myrtle Beach, another 1.5% that gets paid to Horry County. All that being said, there is a 10% South Carolina state tax that has to be paid. It is, if you use the Airbnb platform, paid by your guest, and you don't have to worry about coming out of pocket with that fee. It's a pass-through tax that's collected by Airbnb. Now, if you have more questions about those factors, get in contact with me. Send me a call, give me a call, send me a text message, 843-360-1737. I'll be more than happy to explain those things to you and work through all those details. Now, HO6 insurance, I've got you estimated at $1,500. HO6 insurance covers the internal valuables in the unit. It's a policy that you call your insurance company and get get issued based on how much you want to insure in your unit. That covers the internal part of your unit. Now, your HOA is going to have insurance that's going to cover the external part of the building. So 2 different insurances, one for the outside, one for the inside. And your HOA's insurance generally does cover the external part of the building, so you don't have to worry about that. It's included in your HOA dues for the most part. I would say probably 95, 96, 97% of the time it is included in your HOA dues, if not 100% of the time. In fact, I don't know, well, there's probably those rare occurrences out there where you can find it not included in your HOA dues. Now, Moving right along, you have electricity. I've got you budgeted at $1,800 for the year because it is not included in your annual HOA dues. And then finally, you have your annualized HOA fees at $23,160. Now, those operating expenses bring you to a subtotal of $37,299.25. When you subtract the $37,299.25 from the $80,718.55 subtotal up top, you're left with a profitability of $43,419.30. And if your unit did only $95,000 for the year, maybe about $12,000 more than what it currently brought in, guys, we're talking about $55,204.30 in profit. When you purchase oceanfront condos with cash, you can rake in a significant amount of profit, especially when that principal and interest from financing is not included. That is a 7% cash on cash return for your money. It is better than your money market account. All right, so let's talk through a financing scenario purchase right here at the Horizon at 77th Avenue North. Now, guys, I've got you in here at $599,900 for the purchase price with a 15% down payment of $89,985. Yes, I have a lender. His name is Jason King, and he does have a 15% down program. Call me. It's 843-360-1737. I doubt you're going to find it anywhere else. Seriously, most lenders are going to quote you 25% down. Jason does 15% down, and you don't even have to worry about private mortgage insurance. Give me a call. Now, moving right along, your 2023 gross rental income was $83,215. Your platform fee for using Airbnb was $2,496.45, bringing you to, and if you subtract that $2,496.45 from the $83,215 up top, it's going to give you a subtotal of $80,718.55. Now, your principal and interest for purchasing this property and using the bank's money is $45,060. That's considered at a 7.9% interest rate over 30 years. You do have to have a lender that can finance what's called a condotel in our market. A good rule of thumb to help identify what a condotel is and what a condotel isn't. If it has resort in the name, it's most likely going to be a condotel. If there's a high investor concentration, which your HOA can get you that information. Most of the time, your lender finds that out for you. And then also, if it's listed on a lot of the major websites like booking.com, any of the major travel agency websites, then it's probably going to be considered a condotel. Now, basically, for our intents and purposes, a condotel is a hotel that has been converted to a condominium. That's all, guys. And in the financing world, they call it a condotel. It does carry a little bit higher of an interest rate because it's technically considered a little bit more risky. Now, moving right along, your principal and interest again was $45,060. Your taxes were $1,711.80. Your cleaning services at $6,000. That's 30 cleanings at $200 per cleaning. Your excise tax at $631 for that year. Your local hospitality and accommodations tax, $2,496.45. Your HO6 insurance, again, $1,500. Electricity, $1,800 because it's not included in your HOA dues. It brings you, and then finally, of course, your annualized HOA dues of $23,160 for the year brings you to an operating expense subtotal of $82,359.25. Now, when you take that $82,359.25 and subtract it from your subtotal up top of $80,718.55, you have a loss of as much as $1,640.70. In this instance, it is not profitable to finance an oceanfront condo at that $599,000 price range with only $83,000 worth of gross rental income. Now, should you get your unit to perform only $12,000 better at $95,000 worth of gross rental income, then you could have easily brought in a projected profitability of $10,144.30. It does not always pay to use the bank's money. However, in this instance, knowing that this unit brought in $83,000 already, I would say, it would be advantageous to build a healthy and robust book of repeat business year over year for this unit, and get this unit cranking out an easy $120,000, $130,000 a year. I think it's easy for you to do with this unit. You can build a book of business and get repeat clients, increasing your occupancy rate year after year after year by delivering a superior experience. The unit is already decked out and gorgeous. It is already showing a lot of demand. With just a little bit of TLC and a little bit of work, you can definitely build a profitable book of business out of this unit here. Now, can we ever guarantee profits? No. But we can look at the historical data, and we can look at how the overall market's done in other resorts. I know of other 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units that bring in $140,000 a year in gross rental income. I know of a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom that brings in $180,000 at the Ocean Reef. And the property that brought in $140,000, that was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, that's at the Caribbean. There's another unit over there that brings in $100,000 in gross rental income. So it's not that these units can't make the money. It just, these units need, like every business does, a serious, proactive CEO to step in, take the reins, and drive profitability up by delivering a superior product to the competition. All right, guys, so let's cover depreciation here at the Horizon at 77th Avenue North. Guys, with a purchase price of $599.9 and short-term rentals being allowed to depreciate over 39 years, we have a taxable income deduction of as much as $15,382.05 per year. And you definitely, for you high-income earners, you need to get in contact with your CPA about doing a cost segregation study on your short-term vacation rental property here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Some people can write off, just if they choose in the first year, as much as $30,000, $40,000 in a taxable deduction just by doing a cost segregation study in our market.
Guys, you gotta trust me. You made it to the end of the video, but you need to click the video that's on your screen right now to hear how Matt Freeze makes $15,000 to $30,000 a year in annual profit off each of his 8 Myrtle Beach oceanfront condos. That's over $180,000 in average annual profits right there in passive income each and every year. Click the screen now.